Orange, AfriCell. VSO will make sure we get live sign language for all the events there are some people very, very proud of. Say after with themselves to support and of course the Ministry of Foreign Affairs where they continue for play host to win. As usual, before I come to the panel, I want to provide some updates on government activities over the past week. And we're very proud to say last week the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, they announced the results for the National Primary School exams, NBSC. For that exam, the total entry, the number of students that will be taken, will be 164,971. Boy picking them be about 49%, when about 80,823, and girl picking them be 51%, 84,148. Now the one that we enter for the exam, now 164,971. The one that we actually take the exam, 164,114. So you get some people that may register, but on the day they don't take the exam. The pass rates, the girl picking them 1,784, boys 78,630. Overall pass rates have been 78%. We will continue to see progressive improvement in the overall pass rates. The boys, their pass rates have been 78.9. The girls, their pass rate are 77.1. The top score, the highest aggregate T score, have been 344. With one girl became Haja Namasa Conte from International School Limited. Let me get this top. And the top performing school in the country is International College of McKinney Primary School, as all the 24 candidates then pass with an average aggregate score of 320. We want to congratulate Haja Namasa Conte for excellence. We set the pace across the country, and also the International College of McKinney Primary School for the excellence. You know, not so long ago I've been at this podium, somebody being put out a statement say, President or this ministry, this government, not being support some people for take WASC because they come on one part of the country. I've been Canada and I've been very upset. And I've been go outside that post to make that statement. They say, this president, we don't set the bar for inclusion, for education, you know, entertain any discrimination. And as we now see the results of the free primary school, free quality education, we President Biden puts a lot of energy on, we continue to see the real benefits. Today, you know, you're in top school, come on, apply, no, so now I won't be there, but now top school quality they extend across the country. To congratulate McKinney for where they come first this year. We will come on, we look there with Korea. We will come out more districts. We will also look there now for continue the competition and the challenge for the country go before. I'll just go through other piece of news quickly and then we come to the panel. As we know, the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres don't praise the leadership of the first gentleman of Salon, His Excellency President Julius Maada Bio, for which champion the call for reform the United Nations Security Council and emphasize the need for increased African representation. The United Nations Secretary General commend particularly the exceptional global leadership and statesmanship with President Bio show for we use that platform there as chair of the Security Council for push for the end bad historical injustice. All Salon people as I can say this month we the pass for the CAC small. Say we are the president of the Security Council. The whole world they look up to we. The president go there, you see all the leaders that they look at and they clap for and they praise them. Not so, you don't go there as SWP, APC, or you go there as Salon. That blessing day, it will rub power God. So we will be very proud and we congratulate His Excellency for that leadership today. For this week, they don't collaborate with the Ministry of Tourism for revamp domestic local tourism in Salon. This if they do some events on domestic tourism so that they will revitalize their districts and they before this week then Cambia, Konom, Moyamba, and Pujon, so that we lose opportunity for encouraging we, the citizens of Salone, who visit for tourist purposes. Mobile users, they don't tell you say for link all SIM card now with NIN number as one way that the government they try for tackle cyber crime. So when I've been see National Civil Registration Authority, NCIA, and all the other partners they don't come together, they don't launch this major initiative for use biometric ID card for tackle that problem, possibly thief company identity and begin for do bad banking. So they encourage everybody for let them be part of this. The Honorable Vice President of Salone, Dr. Mohamed Julde Jallo, don't commission a solar mini grid for about 250 households in Kalamba Town, local districts. At this commissioning, the Vice President has been saying this will provide for over 100 households then for let them connect to the solar grid and a part of President Bio's vision for continuing to expand energy access in the country. Finally, the Minister for Finance, the Honorable Ahmed Fatamadi Bangura, don't brief other MDs there for say on the policy directives of the 2025 budget. According to the Minister, even though the guidelines they attached to the 2025 budget is necessary for let it continue for provide policy updates and directives to the people of this country and to all the leaders then for let them understand what we for do and the priorities and for continue for deliver President Bill in Big Five agenda. That's now all the news we'll get, quick updates. Now we come to it to make all kind of today for that we can discuss this very, very important topic. I'm very pleased to introduce the panel. Next to me on the left, the Honorable Acting Minister of Trade and Industry. This woman, grassroots champion. They do fantastic work so far in this capacity. And I'm a sister, Honorable Fatimata Kaibo. I'm glad you're there. On my right, now, another big brother of mine, at many levels, we're not going to discuss all, but in the Chief Executive Officer for the National Consumer Protection Commission, Mr. Lawrence Bassi. I'm going to clap for the back. For now, I'm going to clap. So I don't clap here now, I never clap. And then last, but by no means the least, we get the Deputy Executive Director. All the questions we don't come, now for you, online. They say Salone Standards Bureau, now the front and center line. And I will say, EAD for can answer the question there. And me uncle, Mr. Jokoba. I tell you, thank you for joining. I will clap for Mr. Bang. Okay. The theme for today now, how they guarantee quality products in a salon, what will they do? Before I hand over to the panel, I ask NDMA for giving a bit of a brief on how we did on the state of all the emergency they hold on get recently. And I just want to go through some of the challenges they hold on get recently and the updates from NDMA. So Monday, 1st July 2024, the whole community slope failure destroyed 6 hosts. 14 hosts will be affected. Nobody will be dying for that day. 21st July 2024, incident, wall collapse, at Stadium Grey Bush community. He killed 138-year-old man. Then we take and say this may happen in Congo town because of excessive rainfall with trigger that slope collapse. Haja Sony Drive SS Camp Project 5-story building collapse, 21st July at 11:30 midnight. Again, they say excessive rainfall, poor housing infrastructure. 8 people in the trap, 5 people in the rescue, they are alive. 3 people, they 1 pregnant woman and 2 people there. Then we recover them, but then they don't die. 2 people where they recover, the following day under the rubble. 23rd July, at the place called Garden Hilltop, Moiba, landslide occurred. 6 hosts then go under the soil. 6 hosts then go. The community people let me report that at around 4 a.m. in the morning. Nobody will be died. But that particular one day, but 14 hosted with the population size of 75 affected persons. Because they begin to see the vibration the night before, people they begin move. And they move before the hostel collapse. 2nd August, NDMA respond to fence collapse incidents in Alpha Terrace, Calvata. It requires 6:30 in the morning. 2nd August, again, there's a heavy downpour of rain. 4 fatalities recorded. The mama and the 3 picking in 1 4-month-old baby died. 11th August 2024, 1:30, and we get some other distress call about 1 building collapse and main motor road, Kogoto, and people in trap. NDMA with a partner, they activate a search and rescue operation will last for 3 days. In total, 4 people in trap, 2 be rescued alive with minor injuries, 2 be dying, and 1 be rescued with severe injuries, but he later died in Akonot Hospital as 1 person be recovered dead already under the rubble. 11th August 2024, 2 p.m., concrete platform will be used in ongoing construction on 5-story building collapse at Indian Temple, Wilkins Road. 1 person may die. 14th August 2024, 12:30, 5-story ongoing construction building collapse. Joshua Street, Wellington. Nobody not been trapped there, nobody not been died. So several buildings, as you can see from this report, we don't see bad situations, high risk. We don't see a combination of factors, climate change, weather conditions, but also we declare from the public now that the means we will use for verify the quality of the products within the Ghana salon, the building them, and all that people are concerned. This will make us start for name that situation day, now that President Bio commitment now that we get a transparent government. We're not kind of sugar coats. These people over there, they don't see problem day. We can't have to talk about the solution. Their problem here, they affect them day. So we don't call the agency them, so they respond to this, because today we focus on the part about standards, quality of goods in America. The leading institution within government for that, the Minister of Trade and Industry. The Minister not there, but a very competent deputy there. Madam Minister, the question I will ask you for kick off this conversation. Usa within the Ministry of Trade and Industry don't do the plan for address this situation. It's not whether the situation day or not. I don't present the facts, the situation day, Usa would and what will they do for address this problem.
Thank you so much. We are able, Minister of Information, Honorable Minister Siba, Asmiki Kola, Chairman of BAC, the Minister, where President Bio, Gito, we all, for bringing the government to the people. Because now we are right, as the citizens of Sierra Leone, for make una know waiting they happen within the country, and we tell we Minister Boku Tenki, for when today, he called we, the Ministry of Trade, and the agency that will fall within the Ministry of Trade for make Ugoka answer to their question they are. But we just saw a from the minister where he don't outline, say we don't lose people then. So as a Muslim believer, first of all, welcome on all, including the journalists there. But I will just take a minute of silence for make we go remember the people that we don't die. If Muslim there, inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Let Allah have mercy upon them. Let forgive their sins. If na Christian there, may their souls and the souls of the faithfully departed rest in peace. Because for lost person, a family member, it's painful. But I think I just like everything the minister don't ask for say what we the Ministry of Trade, what we don't do, what we can do, and how we they address this issue of substandard good. More particularly, the issue about this iron rod where we all done the report for this past week. And then with the blessing of me, Honorable Minister, Honorable Alpha Ibrahim Sise, we know then where they part other government activity then. He give me a blessing for me I can speak on behalf of the entire Ministry of Trade and Industry. So just for throw some highlights for make una know what in this Ministry of Trade don't they do. Ministry of Trade and Industry under the leadership of our President, His Excellency retired Brigadier Dr. Julius Maada Bio, he assigned me minister and we for take the mandate because he knows say we go able for do waiting the Ministry of Trade entail. And this is not a ministry where we number one focus now for develop policy there and for formulate program there. So within this ministry, we get 8 agencies then where we they supervise. But today, now 2 of them agencies then there, now they matter in terms of this security issue where we they can talk about and safety. And once again, when they talk about security and safety issue, I wonder we all Nayaso congratulate the president and we all for where he represents we, he be with voice not only for Sierra Leone, but for the entire Africa. For where today Africa, we don't get seats there now the UN Security Council. Just like what he said in a transformational president, and we all the watch out how he transform this country also. So going back to the 8 agencies there are, where they under the Ministry of Trade. 2 of them agencies are now Sierra Leone Standards Bureau. Some might not even know about Standards Bureau because they think so they read the word bureau. Now money transfer na in and they pay. Not to money transfer. This now the agency where for the past 3 years the ministry don't come with this agency for set the national standards there. For any good when they come on at this country and when they go out of this country. So they are so very important in terms of standard regulations. We also get, and we get the representative, your brother, Mr. Jogoba. Another agency will fall under the Ministry of Trade and Industry. Now the NCPC, and we also want to tell the President Boku Tenki, where he formed this agency because he valued the life of mortal man. Because he know about the safety and security of the citizens there. He said so at the bring come this National Consumer Protection Commission under the leadership of CEO Lawrence Bassi, with me now, so that the consumer they will get play suicide and they go lay complaint. So that the consumer they will not say they get rights. The right for get safety, the right for not say any food when they're in the market, you know, is safe for this product too, I don't go buy. Whether na TV, whether na this, I can't go na me host, you don't go stop for play. I get the right for return and back. If the store owner don't want for taker, the National Consumer Protection Commission, they for let the consumer then go voice their concern. So today, we go hear from them 2 people a day. Because it matters when it comes to the security and safety. As a ministry, we don't forget credit, so we passed minister then, we passed predecessors there. Then since within the Ministry of Trade and Industry, we formulate another directorate. We will get 3 directors there, directorates. They come up with a 4th one, where they call standards and compliance. From the word standards and compliance, it means that this directorate is responsible for any goods that they out there in the market. The expiration date, then goods they are then fine for the consumers, not you for it, not you will give me sickness, now I want now the correct size this, now the correct length this. If I buy a waiting go happen, So within the ministry, we also get the standards and compliance. So we get standards bureau, we get standards and compliance. When are they there for monitor the work of all the agencies there? So that the agency then go able for carry their work there. At the end of the day, we at the ministry, we be able to say we don't accomplish the goals there. So, what thing can happen? We come in, me and the minister, July of last year. We still say we can't meet problem there with substandard iron rod. So, what do we do as a ministry? We call out and reach out to make una listen so that we say Ministry of Trade and Industry, they do nothing. Make una know today the work what we don't do as a ministry. We call a meeting with the iron rod importers there. We call a meeting with the store owners then. We call a meeting with all the relevant MDAs then, other ministries then. Where we know say get for do with safety and security. The first thing as a ministry went to tell the iron rod people there, iron rod importers, for say we don't understand say there are so much of substandard iron rod in the market, and therefore stop the importation of the iron rod here. They listen to me, they self-talk and say yes, they will go do waiting at the needful. But then we don't get some stock level there. So, we let our understand, say, some of them still, they continue with this substandard iron rod in the market. So, what do we do as a ministry? With the help of Standards Bureau, NCPC, and Standards and Compliance, first of all, we close 3 shops there. Later on, we don't close 7. Together, we don't close 10 shops there. Then we invite them for come back. We say, we don't tell una for stop them here. They say, well, we don't order some, we get some of them stock there. So then, we tell them, say, moving forward, as a ministry, we don't want them substandard goods they are sold at the market, and we dey focus on quality iron rod then at the market, because we believe in mortal man in safety, and we stand there for work under the government, for support the government. So we say one thing when we dey do under the Ministry of Trade and Industry, for stop all this iron rod issue. Now for make any of them iron rod importers in there. When you want for import iron rod, you for can force na the ministry. The ministry come up with a licensure where will be a certificate of recognition. So that you can tell me now, say, I want for import such and such iron rod, the length, the size, and everything. The one that when they are rod experts, they will can't tell you about the size and length, you know. So they say we tell them all now one day. So therefore now they take her now for say we therefore come at the ministry for can show me waiting the one import, and we issue them this certificate of recognition before then you go import the iron rod. Then, when they don't do the importation, when they bring the iron rod them at the port of entry, Standards Bureau, NCPC, and Standards and Compliance, they will then at that point of entry for verify. Waiting them, we don't tell we say then they order. Waiting and they import. For make sure say yes, now they bring come. So that na that day we go put na the market. The Ministry of Trade and Industry don't all meeting them for engage them and bring the awareness to them. And then they comply with me. So we even levy fines of them where they take the money and put under the consolidated funds. So we not just see also as ministry. We even work with other ministry, the Ministry of Lands, going to the area of Kongoto or the other building there. Ministry of Lands, for God's sake, don't tell them people here, for let them stop for continue the construction of that building there. We always, agree, say, if you don't build a building 10 years ago, then today, you say, I can put another floor. Next tomorrow, you want to put another floor. Another story. It will collapse. Number one, you don't even know the foundation, how they be make it. Now, foundation is strong enough for take 5, 6. And it's not only about iron rod. But I don't know what they billows. The engineer says, now some people they use family member. Then they use neighbor then. And another person build for me, then can turn engineer today. You know, there's no qualification for can build the house. But wait till we say now. Ministry of Lands don't stop all them building a day for continue. But yet still, with people like Langahes, then they continue. Just for that, they will give back them to the government. And we get a president to care for his citizens there. Otherwise, you don't go from NCPC for so na body for they go care una complain there.
Minister, thank you. I know say you're very passionate about this issue. I want for bringing a camera home. One thing I know say cabinet can also do, especially on this world issue. Now for address so that we not just rely on importation, but we get local production. I know say there's a company. Maybe just take a minute and just give you an update on what we expect and when we will begin for produce we don't stay in Asaro.
Thank you so much again, we are able minister. At the Ministry of Trade and Industry, we not only don't bring the people, we MDS them to let we all work and coordinate together. As a ministry, as the minister said, we don't present a cabinet paper, we don't get approval. Or that company, as we they talk so, anyone where they around the Songo area, they don't build the building on about 98% ready. So that this iron rod issue will stop. We say locally, we can begin produce real iron rod and still pass them. And by the end of this year, the Ministry of Trade and Industry will commission that. So that's not a plus. And that's now waiting President Bio talk about human capital development. That's now waiting President Bio talk about infrastructure. So the ministry not just did also. And I also want to make something clear now. The people where they go, we know say we get the trade monitors them, we get the consumer inspectors them. Well, yes, now the right for go out now the site for go monitor. We don't believe say so man they come out. Then they go and passionate in the Ministry of Trade and Industry and they come out. I can't ask for can monitor. Can lie. What is the action where the ministry don't take? The ministry now we go through NCRA. We now get ID card that we link with NACRA. We get a barcode and once say boku take it to NCIA boss, Masako. For what you do, they all get ID card. So for say you go out there in the market, you go say okay, now Ministry of Trade and Commerce, for go give live information. But we want to tell the citizens, we want to reassure now. For say the Ministry of Trade and Industry, they do everything what it takes for make sure the safety of people and the citizens there paramount. We want for make una continue for trust we. Make una continue for get faith in me. We get a very effective team where we they work together for push the work of the president before.
Thank you.
So I believe I will stop here for now. No, so
yes, and we'll come back. Thank you very much to the very dynamic Deputy Minister of Trade, who are the current acting Minister of Trade and Industry for the Republic of Salon. Another, not just passion, but fact. The steps in which the government of Salomon take. One, for address the reality, say yes, some standard goods are within the market, but first at an institutional level, within government don't do. Create new institutions, empower these institutions to do their work. The Ministry of Trade and Industry gets a whole directorate with it supports this. But not just left at that, minister, they bring everybody in the sector together. They read with man will call the Riot Act. They say, hey, when I get this, there are problems in this sector, you need to stop. The one day we refuse, they acted. They closed some of their shops that they don't. We get some of who get calls, people that they call, hey, I'm in shop, they don't close. But they took action. So important that people let know. And then, this enrolled problem, part of it is we always just rely and look at the outside. The government of Salono attract the right investor. We don't can open waiting there for be a state of the art facility in Sokunaya. So that for the first time in the history of this country, we will produce beyond high quality steel, we will verify, and we will obtain at the market and we will protect. So we address this problem at every single level. And I have to commend you and the fantastic team. I see the distinguished players as well from the ministry as well there for the work we have to do. Now I come to you, Mr. Ba, from the Standards Bureau. One question we people don't ask a lot in this conversation is, how many of the Standards Bureau? What's in them they do? How una they do una you work? Explain to family, because I think sometimes too there's some misunderstanding on what's in our mandate, what's in our work, what's in our capacity for do that work. Whether now every good way they can at the country, every way they can at the country, I guess of machine, or the tester, or the get clearance. So you finally found them. These are opportunities not just for public information, but for civic education. So I'll give you some time, make you break it down for family.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister, colleagues and the press. The Sierra Leone Standards Bureau, one of the institutions government creates for me to do 4 big activities. One, for me to develop standards for goods and services inside the country. Then 2, for me to do tests for goods where they can inside the country, for goods where they left inside the country, or call them product. 3, for me to do metrology activity, what they call measurement, for check all instruments that they did in the channel of trade. If they give the exact measurement, the exact number, if for instance you go buy 1 pound beef, if I show you 1 pound beef, and then instruments in there, or the petrol pumps, or even within the industry, for me to able to produce quality products, particularly local industries, then they need for check their machines so that what they put as a production, they will get the output out as a better quality product. That's now one aspect. Then the other one, which we call certification, in one of the aspects wherein we can able certify one, any product we they produce in the country. Then 2, any organization who want check for say that organization will do efficient work, we get what we call a management system certification. That then they do it internally. Now, these are the categories that we don't put as we mandate, and this government don't give. Now, standards what government will create and for all the economic sector. That makes standards be cut across the ministries. And because of that, we don't just on wheel for still just develop standards. We will look at each economic sector we connect with that particular department or ministries so that we will come with a standard for the country. And as I speak to you presently, we get over 500 standards we don't develop in this country. And because of that, we realize even with testing facility we don't get in the bureau, we get a well-developed food lab where they do food tests, we are ready for check them, tumbu, who they call in English microorganisms. Then at the same time, even for look for them small poison, like heavy metal, is that for food. Then sometimes you dey mistakenly you go export your product, you go spray tox, insecticides, and then they enter the product you want export, it affect you. We check for that elements they know they call pesticide residue. So all this we do per food. Now, when you come to non-food, you get some serious challenges there because what we check by the non-food presently, capacity now 100% and petrol. All petroleum products, we check on 100%. But because we act, should we say, we forget more labs, and for create one lab, and beaucoup money. Government not get beaucoup money for create all the labs there. Because again, all the talk of products here or goods, but the talks of millions of certain different products there. So with the wisdom of the ministry, they say, we come to a private-public partnership agreement with integrated trade services. So recently, with the leadership and wisdom of His Excellency, they will approve a cabinet paper for me to give the go-ahead. Follow we come, we roll out a scheme we call the consignment-based conformity assessment program. This particular program that all the labs will not get in a salon for now, that any product who want come in a salon, we designate labs them out. Where if you not do the test through them labs and day, you know they will face kind of products in a salon. So that we will able to reduce the level of substandard products when they enter inside the country. And the target we will look at will at least one face account force to 20% before we say we go to zero level. So this is one program where the government don't do for we. And
when this program they kick in, Mr. Bab?
This program they kick in 1st January 2025 because you therefore get a lot of engagement with the labs out there, so that and then we get forget again one of the stakeholder engagement and through your office we therefore come back now for talk with all the stakeholders there. Make them know say this program now for kick off. That's now one. Then in terms of we exercise in standards development, we don't for any building material so far we don't develop the standards and we don't do them with we alone. We do them with the Israeli Institution of Engineers, they're part of the technical committee. We do it with Minister of Works and Housing, they were part of the technical committee. So the Standards Bureau position itself for come out with a national standard will for be acceptable for all man, which we don't do, and that now it left now to them bodies they have for me to implement some of the standards then. So because of that, we don't even try for say how we would come out with a building code, the way forward we minister the acts, when at the next step, because we get old building codes which we don't put under review. Some of them they big pass me and minister and answer. They're old building codes. And that one face account to the modern trend. But the issue of the iron rods, we don't do that a long time ago in the sense that we don't take up the tax from 2019 to currently. We don't ensure say that even the importers, they are aware of the standard for iron rods, and then at the same time, we even up paste all the standards in the warehouses, so that even the dealer where they go for go buy will see the standard and he apply the standard to a marketplace. So far, as a bureau, we don't do lots in the sense that we don't even go extra mile for come out with programs who will reduce the level of substandard what they can inside the country. And for now, we do operate 4 labs. We get the food, 1 and 2 labs. We get the petroleum lab. Then we get the mass metrology lab, where they check all measurements of equipment in the country. But very soon, we will advance to another 2 more labs who we get, who for come, because particularly we realize during the COVID period, we see the essence of temperature monitoring. And that make government with donor partners with work on the program where we can set up a temperature lab, so that even that gun when they can check like forehead, when they read the temperature, we able to calibrate them. And even the temperature at the hospital, that body thermometer they give, what doctor they put, so that doctor go able to give informed decision of which kind of medication for you, we go able to calibrate them. So, and then labs they come up and running before the end of 2025. So, Mr. Minister, I can stop here first.
You know, difference days, information is such a powerful weapon. If you listen to social media no more, you go feel say something and nothing will happen. Not so. When you sit down, you listen to the man go through all the various technical, rigorous work where they don't do when they put in place. Yes, perfect. Yes, by all means, we will not get everything right. In fact, they get a new leadership. Right now, the Standards Bureau for acknowledge the Executive Director, Dr. Sam, they are with me. Thank you very much for there. He just don't take over the position and then I get for deal with this. While he is handling it with applause. So, Mr. Ba, before I let you for go, I want just for get a very direct question, because one part of it I can try for doing this press conference now for channel the public concern and the question and give you an opportunity for response. Some of them building I mentioned just now, when they collapse, everybody say, some people post on social media, some prominent civilians as well. Legitimately, some of them say, we will never question whether Standards Bureau they doing work, whether not there are road problem here, or the building, or the mixture, and all of that. You mentioned so now we don't develop standard for iron roads. Just talk specifically to it, because I know so when I can join NDMA now. I think this last building at 10 minutes of today, they hope you go there with you now. Waiting now on your own finding so far, and waiting on they do now for make sure see the pathway tied to Standards Bureau on your own mandate. We address that so we protect lives and property. I think it's important for you to address that directly.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Minister. Now, for the iron rods, when we develop the standard, like I say, Standards Bureau not alone, and with all the professional bodies. In fact, Standards Bureau ensures they even play a role in the development of the regulation way and the Professional Engineering Regulation Act 2022, where for able supervise all engineering activities in this country. In the sense that whether you're a medicine, civil builder, you name it, as long as you're in that building sector or engineering sector, this body are able to regulate. And based on that, we able to come out with all the standards then for the iron rod. And Mr. Minister, maybe permit me small mark, you small gist on the length. Now, like the quarter rod, the full length is 40 feet. Then the diameter will be 6 millimeter. Then if you want to go by the 1 ton, they will give you 377 pieces. if you count, I forgive you 377 pieces. Now, like the half inch, 12, the full length 40, then the diameter na 12 meters, then the length na 40, and then the pieces we dey forgive na 94. 94 pieces. We don't paste this from 2019 to all the warehouses. And even the engineering forum, they get this. All the professional bodies, they get this. Now,
Nani for Kanto, we lot of club help on push on forward.
thank you, sir. So, we finally say we get even the 5'8", 16 millimeter, 40, the full length, for supply 53 pieces for you the one. Now, during the 2019 to date, we find out say small variation dey in terms of the full length, because they belong, most of the dealers then they no be the count am in the open ship as bulk. They be the count am on container. So because they be the count am container, they be cut 2 feet out. So what do? We take that calculation like the half inch. Because they cut up to 4 feet, the half inch they come at 36 feet, then they're supposed to give 102. So we ensure that we do all the necessary engineering. I'm not talking anything but engineering with them, because we get the back end what to do with them. So all thing we do, we paste this
Mr.
right now. Then now on the
Wait. If these are the rules, people are ordinary people. When me go buy or me self na the pillows. Make I dey talk this now for way I don't know for bill news journalists then go put say this man. I don't do bill news 5 years now, so not follow that. You the citizen you go for go buy. Me don't know this information. I buy them give me less products or they give me waiting they give me no more. I go supply. Me na layman. How una dey enforce?
Now, the enforcement here is in 2 ways, sir. One, we will expect the professional engineering regulatory council for take a step, because they are involved in this development of the before
We call them
before the advent of the Consumer Commission.
The council are next.
So now, for do this enforcement, they supply you less, you get right to face the matter to the Consumer Commission, because we all are consumer, therefore take up the matter. Then at the same time, on the legal methodology, where they part of the act, we can take matter together with the Consumer Commission so that we will prosecute the matter to court. Because we all act say anything to you to do before getting to the court.
So una no get power like a minister of trade. They may go shop them down. Una no get that power.
We get that power in industries.
But look, now I want to focus on our world because these people they care about it now.
Yes.
So as if it concern to the building material the way it come back our world, una no get the power for shut down this, for lock this the shop, like how the honorable minister in ministry been doing.
No.
I just want for people to understand who's our power tap.
No, we get power for long polo to like 3 days. And make us say so power day and the industries.
So I ask for the person where they sell now, women and natural made they go buy where they supply me.
Well, that's one I make them send out to the Consumer Commission Protection.
Okay, so una you power not delay. Alright, so look answer Mr. Bassi. Mr. Bassi, thank you for your patience. This would make sure say we choreograph this and really post it out so people understand properly. So let's talk about your institution, Consumer Protection Commission. Waiting on your mandate, waiting on they do, and I want while you provide overall mandates quickly and on a function, then we can come back to this conversation with the heads. If me don't go buy me and watch and sell to me, and sell to me, and find out say, they don't ask me, I go up. waiting at the sanctions, waiting what they do, who they are they go to, and how you they help me.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, fourth estate guests, honorable ministers. I'd like you to give me the floor. I think this is a very interesting conversation, guaranteeing quality products in Sierra Leone. What needs to be done? I think for me, my understanding of this, it go over and beyond awards, but I'll be coming to that. I will come to that. Now, the National Consumer Protection Commission, a transformative initiative by His Excellency the President, Dr. Julius Maada. Basically, a alignment to human capital development, because any country will not put consumer protection at the center of things, definitely not get an economy right, stable, or in fact, there will be little or no economic growth. So the consumer is very, very important. So we established by the Consumer Protection Act of 2020, and you get subsection 319 established the commission. They establish her as a corporate entity with succession, it can get property, it can move property, etc., etc. But we mandate very simple. One, we suppose for the monitor consumer markets for unfair trade practices and bring them to the attention of the ministry and provide remedial measures for make sure that not happen. We also conduct research on consumer protection policies and make appropriate recommendations. But more importantly, we suppose to educate the consumers about their rights and their obligations, where we don't do. Quite apart from that, we're not just scamming. We are the newest commission, but I can tell you, say we are one of the commission we're tapping into being like when they born baby. We come with it right away. Like when you say, oh, you get for sit down first, you creep, then you work out. We begin bets from the day we then established it, just in December 2023. Because of that, we were very, very proactive, Honorable Minister. Me and the field staff, we work on intelligence. We went to Waterloo. In fact, there were trucks with iron rods from neighboring countries. We go to the shop, we go with standards bureau, standards and compliance, we measure it, and we find out that the roads and they not even come near the standards. Who would they expect in the country? So what do? We get signed with law, we give certain powers. And I use section 32 of the law because they violate 46.1. When you're not supposed to give a consumer something when not correct, or when in defect or substandard. So I use that, I contact the adjudicator with the help of the minister. We close down 3 shops and we find them. So for me, that was a deterrent. In other play, we mandate also go for look at consumables, food products. I just when I all agree with me, you go to some supermarkets, you can see so many expired products. So we do a massive raid on the spot check, Monoprix supermarket, this supermarket, Good Day supermarket. So nothing what they do constantly. And if you go to the office now, I get a lot of expired products within the office where we don't pull off the shelves. And I think the Ministry of Trade in that direction, they do very well. It continues, of course, you don't say it's resource intensive, but notwithstanding that, with the little money we get, we try to make sure say we do them things that they in the interest of every Sierra Leonean. Because at the end of the day, if we're not able to get money's worth, value for money, then of course the economy will get problem. I think I want to touch on this iron rod issue slightly. Yes, at the UN crime and social media, but and they make hosts and collapse. I want to say every host or construction get your own peculiarity. If you go build hosts, for instance, now they're not really free solidity. You don't do the test. The design not correct for that kind of area. It let you put 400 iron rod, they go still for long. Quite apart from that, you get people that were the technical people that were supposed for the checkpoints, they call them testing. You not just the float host today, you begin add the blocks tomorrow.
What are the technical people?
No, engineers, so-called engineers.
Yeah, but we get the theory, then the facts. The minister say somehow with the billows, one cousin, he say na cousin and he build house for that person, and they will call it camp. In fact, most houses in Asaloya who they build, you say contractor, you don't get architect, you don't get engineer, now one contractor, now they call, we get the money, you do it. But the role of we in our government, we all within here, now for stop people them from even doing harm to themselves. So when you say we for check the quality, when you say people that do for check the quality within the government infrastructure, and other area responsibility.
Well, me not a structural engineer. I just know see materials or aggregates when they use for billows should be tested. I should say me brother from standards bureau.
Oh yes, you explain that as well.
Yeah, without a responsibility, I think that they be beyond the limit for this press conference. Okay. Not so structurally, yeah. But there are other things we're responsible for building in collapse and substandard material also involved. Yeah, but I think at this stage, we have one for suggest
the quality of the mixture.
Exactly. That they wait. So it gets Boku in the way they building collapse. So I think let me just wait for the reports then. Wait till the experts then they say, then we take a cue from there. I just want to mention some other thing quickly before I go, since on our family's opportunity. When I know say when you buy something at shop, you like fridge or television, you know, for 30 days. They lock you permission for the 7th of the law for return and back. You for return am because it no work, and therefore make a refund to you.
So wait, Mr. Bassi.
Yeah.
This talk here, we all will get inside this talk. We all will not pass up away. Eh? We all, whether you are journalists or not, don't pass up away. You go buy some products, as you go to host and make pop. So you say now for partner product, you go. That's not the way they say, once you don't care and go, you make outside again. That's what I can tell you also. So you say now for crab go to Bola.
47 took you right today, sir.
And you don't know what to do. No, call you.
They complain.
So you.
Yes, sir.
Alright. When I get short code.
I will give you with contact.
Okay, because we need that complaint we go for work now. Anything we go for deal with public complaints, nobody number one for crime. For the 818, 800, 111. So we call you every day because right now they say I tell them all man I have call. All man get no so. All man get after complaint go buy some tuna, okay? Yes. So go ahead.
Minister, I think this is comforting for me because one thing they don't see, most people before they go complain to the commission and social media and they post.
Because they don't get the platform, they don't get the information.
So now the information they give now.
Good.
Yeah, I don't do one, but I think we need for continue for one. Then you know say if they give misleading information about a product for you for buyer, a punishable by law. When the thing like then they advertise this water, not to be correcting and they tell you they advertise wrong, a punishable by law.
What's not the punishment?
The punishment it can be administrative action. It can be
so we only complain to you say they advertise this thing at top quality, but as I get I got. So I will complain to you.
The punishable.
You the punish them.
Yes, sir.
Alright.
Do you know that if you are not satisfied with goods or services paid for, you have the right to make a complaint to the commission to seek redress?
Services?
Yes.
So if I go for let's go do a manicure or a pedicure,
Yes.
they go, they treat me some kind with the service not good. I can call you say that particular place, the customer service, and also that. You punish them.
No, minister, you can make complaints.
Now they say, but then you not go.
Yes.
Okay, so side for the complaint for that day.
Yes.
Then hotel the walking go. Then beach resorts the walking go. Then they charge you boku money. One particular notorious man they charge you boku money go there. The room they now and so this the glass they broke, this the commodities, the food they treat you for call you.
Lay complaints, sir.
It's getting out of go. Alright, so let's finish.
Okay, thank you. I think I want to join the minister for saying to the people of Sierra Leone, there is hope. You know, this is not a transformative initiative. It not be done and not go done without an number of people the way they do the work before. You get civil society groups. We not just come over, we push them over the window. We work with them, but albeit we try to make sure say sanity in that space. Yeah, you know, but putting in the happen. But not so we can't talk but I can give you now hope that we are working together. And we work with other statutory body then. For instance, we get an MOU with Standards Bureau Because if you don't get standard waiting, who's kind of compliance will be checked for? So there has to be a standard. So they are in law, they set the standard and I make we don't say infractions or violations there. Minister, I think that's a for now.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bassi. I want to tell you plenty thank you for your and I want to say plenty thank you for the information. I think it's an example too, again, I can always say public information very important. All them good care when they do so now, all they do. If people don't know, they don't know. And they will continue for skits like say government not care. Well, here we don't hear a president who get a vision for protect his citizens. A ministry of trade where they go out in the streets, where they set standards, where they create functional institutions. A standards bureau where they create over 500 standards. So you see, 500 different standards. Then, just last year, His Excellency don't set up a commission. Who go for the really complaint to say, there are really complaints, yeah, there's a map. Because me no more is on here, I get plenty complaint. From last weekend, I get complaint. As you don't know, Mr. Bassi, I didn't blame you first complaint to you. Because now so this country go better. It will function, will all do the job, will get institutions there, when they go to the institution, they act, will come back here, will report, say, of all the complaints they lay, and so the step they will not take. So we need for continue that kind of conversation here. Now I can't tell now, but before I do, we don't get questions every time online. So make I ask first the question and then I can't tell now. I will give that 2 minutes for the question, so we'll get enough time for the journalists there. Madam Minister, just to give you 2 questions. All my you, they are given 2 minutes for us. Madam Minister, the question say how effective the trade sector. By the way, for people who don't know, the platform for you for send question into the Ministry of Information at 818 is now available toll free every single network. It costs you any money. You dial 818, the question they can't wait, and the commitment that will read all of our questions. So always send the question ahead of time. We'll get an email. How effective the trade sector? Somebody say one more the system will work. Somebody they ask whether we still get trade inspectors and rights now for check price control. Mr. Bassi, the question say how functional you go. I think some of them questions are already I'd looked to and I say just briefly. And then he asked about if we get border protection agencies and are all entry points and for collaborate for prevent entry of drugs and fake goods. Okay, I guess you can speak to that, but that I will address as well. Standard bureau, they say which screening, inspection, law process, procedure exists for checking imported goods for quality, safety, and authenticity, whether we effectively enforce. Whose law or policy with the import? So when I already question them, I already sharp. So we'll get the journalists a chance. Madam Minister, 2 minutes, use your mind.
Thank you again to the Minister. Also, I get 2 minutes. But I believe that the first part of the question, how effective with the sector, by the opening statement, highlight all the good work where the Ministry of Trade don't do. As a ministry, we don't make sure say, not only in terms of the policy what we suppose for they do and the formulation of the programs them, we dey on top of things with the agency them. We bring in 2 agencies today, but we get other agencies there. We are effective even in the area of petroleum, where people they get concerned about fuel. We now they enjoy for CC, even the fuel price in terms of the petrol and the diesel, all they within the same standard. We also effective in the area of local produce and local content, because local content also fall under the Ministry of Trade and Industry. We they see in terms of PMB, Sierra Leone right now. Look at this, vegetable oil. Now they do lots of what? Exportation. That they bring income to the country. You talk about cashew nuts. So the trade sector at the Ministry of Trade, we are vibrant, we are effective, we are dynamic, we contribute a lot to the consolidated funds of the government and the leadership of His Excellency with retired Brigadier Dr. Julius Madabio, and the system they work. And one last thing I want to say, when you mentioned about the trade inspectors there. The trade, I want to get this. We get trade monitor and we get the trade inspectors there. The trade inspectors, they will call them consumer inspector, they fall under the NCPC, the National Consumer Protection Commission. And yes, they do their work. They're new, but they are very effective. The permanent secretary now even waste time for me to send letters them to them for say effective immediately they have been terminated out of their jobs, and we send them information there to HRMO. About 4 of them, they are no longer within the trade and industry ministry. The trade monitor, the trade inspector, they all now get the ID badge. So that at least when they go out there, we know say they are part and parcel of the Ministry of Trade and Industry. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. The permanent secretary, Mr. Konde there, and we say very proud of the amazing work they do as well. In your leadership, we want to comment on that. Go ahead, Mr. Ba, quickly.
Okay.
I enforced in 2 minutes now because I really wanted an expression.
The screening of all products there. Indeed, we will do some screening of all products there, particularly on the food side. We are doing screening because any food will come within the country will take samples, particularly at the official borders for Wataki and Balamwea and Jendema. We will take some samples and then we will do screening on those products before the release. And I want look at and play when I see any expired product within the country, not to the time of arrival. The time when they arrive, they need a good quality product. And the storage and other facilities can normally deteriorate the quality aspect. Then for offenses, yes, we don't take series of actions. In fact, at one point, a petroleum product will not meet the standard of the country, we reject the boat. We not allow me discharge. We will take steps. And another point again, we don't do on the rice. We come, we check them, we don't meet the standard. We reject the rice.
Yes, yes.
Yes. We don't do that in 2008. I review the dates and get the offer. We do that in 2008. And we even do that in 2017. Then for the boats, we do as fast to 2021. We will reject both them.
All right. So, Mr. Ba, one question about border. So also now the border crossing points there. When I get standard bureau facility, then they use for check products where they can through the border.
Yes, we get in a Balamwea unit wherein we check the quality of the products whether they can.
Okay.
And mostly they can take samples for which we do analysis on that.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Ba. Mr. Bassi, quickly your question there. I think I think the same question you already answered.
Maybe let's just one more parity geography. We have to call clarity of rules. At the border entry points and standards bureau, gather responsibility, not for NCPC. NCPC with the measure of compliance within the country. Anything they can like port of entry and anything and standards bureau. Secondly, if somebody want to know whether laws they for punish people the way they violate with laws. Yes, Lordy. But what you don't want to do, you don't want to use sledgehammer for kill businesses. I don't think that's what we want to do because we want to promote trade and commerce. So normally we get section 32 of William law can say you begin a carrot and stick approach. Yeah, you can investigate the conduct of this unfairity. You call the person, we get dispute resolution committees. You talk to them. You can go another step for even issue them compliance notice, which we have done. We get series of them letters and then our office where we keep in our archives. So if you not comply one or two terms, the next term we can issue a public warning to you. Yes, we issue a public warning. Finally, we get the mandate for even credible court.
would they categorize, for example, quality, like in the West, I live in New York, and then you go to a restaurant and say, this is not grade A restaurant based on sanitation quality, or this not B. We get that there as part of. So we begin to see this place not grade C, we'll go there, they get over there.
Honorable Minister, a law, when they make a law, they cover all aspects of which you want to cover. Now, we get what you call regulations. So now regulations will come after the law where they address the specific issues they have where you engage so at this point. So yes, we can use the law for punish people.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Now that's all. Let's see the hands. Oh wow. Okay. Still popular. Alright. When I know the rules, only started I am the panelists. I think I started. I don't know how they talk long. You are giving me mic. Your name, your institution, and straight to your question. No go for preface. Okay? Femi, I don't see you. You did number 1. Bakamara, you did number 2. That lady there, you did number 3. This other lady there, you did number 4. This gentleman, you did number 5. Let's go quick. Start.
Very much, sir. I just want, because of opinion, and I don't really get very fast lawyer. People know how to work as they know how to work. We have good laws in this country. We have policies. These are news stories. It's what born in this country for say we get law way by television within 30 days for Canada. Who don't know? We were born as people. We live up like we don't ever know. People need to work. It's not about salary increment. We don't need for work. Engage in the media. It's sad. For over 40 years, woman, they say that first day this phone has salary. They say that first day it's really sad and shameful. People need for brace up. It's really sad.
Very question.
Okay, sir. Sorry about that, sir. Me question about that. You say, as you exactly say, you will take off the expired goods off the shelf. That was the statement, right? So now they stop, just off from the shelf.
Alright.
Salad bill. You don't outline everything all the kids. So I get this, so I get in charge of fair rice. I want to know that both rice. Where when I return back, I want to know the name, the time, the year, and I want to see the delivery order. No, I'm not the one again. You said I didn't charge you.
Normally, one question is
Yes, please.
you don't take 2.
This is my first time, please, sir.
No, you don't take 2. You see, you get match 15 questions.
Thank you, sir. For
So
people
that's
that
it.
need for you, they will.
Thank you. You are Bakamara doing that too. Go. All right, now listen, please. Go ahead.
Honorable Minister, I know the big answer this question. Standard Bureau, the weights and measures of the Minister of Trade and Justice, 19 back to the Standard Bureau. In the late 90s, we get the Consumer Protection Agency, units, Consumer Protection Welfare, Consumer Protection Association. The former government of Aneskuruma came with do something about consummation discount wherever came into law in 2016. President Bio came into law in 2020. But there was a problem, sir. In the pharmaceutical group, pharmacy and the police transnational, they own goods there, go born. They call the media, they present the world see almost equal cost. The doctors now they accuse the Standard Bureau, the Minister of Trade and Industry, the monitor of their as say, they corrupt say, Standard Bureau they contribute to more than 99% of all infectious diseases in people in this country. Can I ask Mr. Can I just ask Mr. Chairman? Mr. Chairman, go down the road you listed. You say get that stuff. When did you call the media for them to cancel to our own? When did you call the public administration for let them take care of buying products? Because when do you tell us it's a product and it's so much government?
All right, sir. Thank you. Number 3 is a John is there, the lady. Yes.
My name is Abuduli, reports for News Science. I want to know Mrs. Minister or
Madam Minister.
I want to know then I want the way una don't close. We say the long closing shop they 10. Then important one day now we no good. Una therefore still sell to the public or una dey so una dey put there one day until the quality you dey come na the country.
All right, number 4.
I want for now that the monitor the products, I don't look at product them because me, I don't chance and sanity and
Party study?
Yes, I don't chance and sanity. Don't. Why make prices in my area? If Kogoma feels I will make up to gold.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think the last question will be number 5. Yes. No, this is bad. Sorry. The journalist already priority for it. I think, yeah. Yes.
Ivan Salasisi, Voice of Salon.
Yeah.
And the Consumer Protection Commission and also Standard Bureau, in the area of expired products, really we try to see when not to when they can be country. But we don't see that they go dispose expired products at the moment. Waiting and the Standard Bureau they do and also the Consumer Protection Commission because then food they are at height at this particular moment where the country is so now, more especially the egg.
So I guess we know how they dispose of them products also and how we monitor. All right, good. Fascinating conversation. The reason we make a particular length today is that this is an issue that affects you all. And you can feel the energy and the passion of the woman. I don't say I can tell for cut one off, but now I rise as citizens for express to whom we as public officials how would they feel. The question then that expired, you say the expired goods in your office. If anyone know if not it, what you do after that? Mr. Bar, then ship the way come home and turn away. Don't give me the date. Femi wants to know a little bit more information. I will encourage Femi for actually go to the Standard Bureau and ask this information. I'm sure they will provide it. And I will make sure so you get that information in detail because I'm not sure so you get all the details now. But I will assure you say I will follow up on that. In terms of the monitoring, one big question in general, as something we already expressed. Una they call the media, who they go do that here, who they go check, who they verify, how will they work together for make sure say this platform here will get alone. We always in reports, people they from know say it's not just what you do, but what you are seen to do. Very, very important for the public, for sure. So I want to all comments on that. I don't say you particularly can always call where they go out. Very important question from the young journalist. The IRO, the owner saying that the substandard and short them. Waiting happen to the IRO that day. We sell them, we allow them to sell them, we don't destroy them, waiting at the law, waiting at the provision, and people want to know. I think it's a legitimate question. And how will they monitor? Then the sister say, because in don't charge Sansa. But the more he also asked this question about price by neighborhood. Say why make Canada for there na Kanike, pass idea na Kisio. How? And then how they dispose of expired products. So a lot of really interesting questions. We'll not get better time. So I will ask you to answer the question. Be very direct. I'll start with you this time. Yes.
Let's tell Femi thank you. Femi say how we don't 40 years, not be no say he can return television way by we no working 30 days. Femi, this law a new law. This law came into being in 2020. They call it Consumer Protection Act. They not set up the commission till 2023. Yeah, so probably there's a paucity of information between that period. Now they could come out to the public for engage for 10 months again. So to no fault of the CEO or any of his staff. But be rest assured, any information we need for know, we use this platform for you now. Your next concern have been the expired product. Sometimes not like a cartoons, 40, 50 cartoons you see. Sometimes are 2-3 violations. Then in our office, and there is a process for dispose of them. We involve the standards bureau, ONS, and all of those. So when we say it in our office, that don't mean say we intend for people. Rest assured, all the destroy, we will make a known to the proper state. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Mr. Balaka, to you next. Because there are quite a few questions about for you as well. The minister will wrap up this and yes.
Okay. We will request the journalist may go to Standards Bureau. We will provide them the details because for ships they will return. The moment we instruct the port authority for say we will not allow the ship, they not allow me offload. They make I go. So we get the details on that. Now on the expired product, how do they dispose of them? First of all, before we say this product expired, particularly on food, we do the analysis, we back as an evidence, and then note to one stakeholder involved in the process of disposal of expired product. You get Ministry of Health, it is inside the Public Health Act, for say any food we want placed on the market must be safe and sound. Then you can't get enough standards bureau for say products who for good at the market for most compliance to the national standard. Then you get now environmental protection law. We see for anything we want to dispose, you must consult them for maybe see the nature and how they will dispose the particular product. So why make a call on that? That they should see you get series of stakeholders were involved and they decision take as far as to ONS level before they dispose.
But whose side when they dispose? Because allegation we don't meet that they say we go dump goods in a bomb. And we dump the day, people they go take them and bring and come back to poor family their poor communities. And suddenly, time we don't see that the chicken, not so. There was that famous chicken where give people in. So if I don't get clarity, I normally just answer this question per tap. No answer direct. So no doubts no will left my answer.
Honorable Minister, for the lead to dispose that. The body.
Try.
The body will take. The body will take the lead for any disposal of products. And this counts in the Ministry of Health and the Environmental Protection Agency. It is inside the law. So we now for just provide analysis.
Okay. I understand. You answer that that's not to honor your job in our Ministry of Health. So when we next get Ministry of Health we will clarify that because a part of the triangle and there I think it's very important for us to clarify. Okay, cool. I think there was one more question for you about you don't know how the big question where I think Mr. Kamal said asked is what are they go do their monitoring here? How will they make sure that process is transparent and include the media and we waited at the fourth estate information sector? Una they go no more on your own or anything include journalists, bloggers, Ministry of Information. Let report on them see how they happen.
The mostly what we talk about analysis, inspection analysis. Now the test we conduct now in laboratory and they give me the informed decision. For say, Honorable Minister, this particular water gets so problem, they need for go stop out. And so we go take sample, you get for go do the analysis in the lab. Now the lab then it will
like one they go now, don't do this analysis. Like what can move go with? One they go and they take journalists to now go see say this particular store now journalists and do to
in terms of inspection activities, because the mandates them for of them get inspection, not to Standard Bureau alone.
Not on the lead, the Ministry of.
Yes, we all we go together.
Okay, clear. Thank you. Madam Minister, so this question of transparency very important. how they do this, and then whether they sell the substandard products, and then this question of price control. So we'll touch on that one in a quick way. So we'll do one more round of questions.
Okay, once again, thank you to all the ones that will ask the question. One thing we want for tell now, President being government, we know they work silos. Something happen within the Ministry of Trade, no mean say the Ministry of Trade they want to handle that area there. We don't hear from the other panelists there in terms of how we they confiscate their iron rod or their substandard goods there. Where we they do as a government, not a one grain ministry they involve. So we they inform the necessary ministry them where them na them there in charge, not a one person here for go team up there for say okay now this. And most of the time when Ministry of Trade, and mostly the minister he authorized me for go out there. We get the Minister of Information again now. When they go out there, and then they go me one grain. Some of the team then I also the bloggers then, the journalists them, when I sit down I don't see we on social media. And they inform Uda President, you say when you get see where you want let the public know what, contact the Ministry of Information and they inform so that then they deal with we. So whatsoever that be the problem with Standards Bureau, whatsoever NCPC don't go collect out there, whatsoever standards and compliance don't go collect out there, we as the ministry, we they call Ministry of Information, along with we bloggers them, along with we journalists them, we team with it out there which una don't see it all over social media as to how Ministry of Trade they handle various situations. Somebody mentioned about prices, you know, how we do prices. President, we and government is so effective that what do we get? We get what we call essential commodity them on a weekly basis. We get the Economic Management Committee. Any ministry for do with economy, including the finance, NRA, the MDS, we meet on a weekly basis. Because we get for showcase and make the what the president wants for make we do that one day. So we get a price formula. A price formula not to just prices of goods. Price formula we go tell you for this week. Because things they change, waiting will be the price of rest. And even the rest will get different type of rest. Waiting power rest will cost different from waiting jasmine rest will cost. You know, and we they see waiting go up itself. Even about some people and they complain about now cheap na market say. So for say price kada I na I call them some most say na more then but the kada price na ya is different. You know, okay, we are now una listen una the information not so. I mean a teacher where they talk people and for listen. You know, I don't say una so tell una take you know, una because una so passionate. We just assure us as a ministry, we acknowledge all una concerns there. We continue for work and we go work and we go do better. There is always room for improvement. We go do that day. If una one day we bring all the bloggers there, me and then they work out 1, 2, 3. Una they see on social media. Next time we go increase the number of bloggers, journalists, everything for make una go come. And una come, one go call una long una come. Because some of the information where some of una they say that today una get out. If fine, somebody mentioned about sardine, the waiting self, in charm salt or sansan from the sardine, you know. You don't get now the place to start you for complaints. Yes, if you not know about NCPC, National Consumer Protection Commission, now you know, now new agency. Now because President believe for the safety in paramount for the lives of the citizens of Sierra Leone. Call CEO Bassi with all the complaints and grievances. Thank you very much.
This question of the iron rod and where we say the substandard, do we sell them or what do we do? What in government they do? So we acknowledge say your substandard iron rod they will have been shot some office they've done, some shop them. Then shop the day, they may still get a substandard iron, waiting at the advice we will give them and waiting at the steps we will take. We allow them and sell them, or people want to know. Huh? So, we are all be involved in this particular one. Waiting at the step we will take, Mr. Bar.
The step we take in terms of the iron rods. Now, we realize most of the substandard iron rods, they would not enter. You know, they would destroy and present the road at the country until, now wait for me.
Allow me to answer the question, okay? Yeah.
We get this new steel industry at Songo, where now they get the energy where they go to melt the iron rod. That's now one possibility we will look at. Then the other second possibility is for me to be the professional engineers for see if the diameter of the iron rods they will detect, they not reach where they look substandard, they not reach 30. What thing will be the aggregate level where you go to put by a building so that they will educate the public, so that they will now know say instead of we put 4 iron rods, sometimes we put 6 or 7 or 8 base, so that you will get the load where you go to put for the building. So now on the 2 solutions there we get per look at. But the one who more certain is because that factory there, if you don't, it will melt the iron rod, then the more certain.
All right, so very clear response. Thank you very much, Mr. Bar. Thank you, the Honorable Deputy Minister, Acting Minister, and thank you to Mr. Bassi. We'll do the last and final round of questions. So put up your hand now, and then at the side of the top 5, where the 5 answer done, we'll go sleep after that. All right, school. Bassi, the hand will be the up earlier on, and look for the woman in the hand. Okay, one woman I asked, so it will do number 1. Number 2. Number 3, no. The man with the one way another C5. Yeah. Yes, number 4, number 5 to 5. So, I don't will go today. Go ahead. Yes.
Good afternoon to everybody. I'm Estagina Ali, the National President for Traders. My question goes direct to Mr. Bar. You say the higher road.
So, Mr. Williams. I don't joke. Go ahead. I'm ready.
Standard period. You say the higher road where they come now 94 pieces half inch. Then 5/8 54. But now today we get this news. I don't know if people they are where you know say now that's not the amount where you go buy, you go get. When I make a known to the country, now radio or now TV for say any shop where you go for go buy iron rod 1 ton half inch, they for give you 94. If they measure it not reach 40 feet, now 38 feet, they forgive 104. When I make a known to the country.
All right, thank you, ma'am. All right, number 2, are you ready? Thank you very much, ma'am. I'll go number 2. If you answer the question, no worry. Yes, go ahead.
And then Jaffa is Davis from Radio Democracy. Minister. Minister, we don't know how say we get substandard iron rod. What does this mean for the ministry? There no pressure where this they put to the trade monitors and trade inspectors there. Then also for NCPC, you don't talk about a lot of good things there, but challenges like motorcar before this time when I been get make I just wonder how when independence day for make sure say when I go for bet find out like the law way they talk say on the bet. And then also
all right, thank you.
My name is Ibrahim Jawara. From ID blog, my question to go to Madam Minister. Yes. Few months back, I go to one shop, I go buy one tripod at the same cost, but deliberately not be asked for GST. And 12 weeks after, I go back at the same shop, I go buy the tripod at the same cost, and I ask for my GST receipt. Then what I find out, the same price where I first buy, now the same price again, then sell give me, and then give me the GST receipt without they not ask me for additional payment. So my question here is, how you ministry work with NRA for CC, them shop them where you supposed for give GST tax, make sure say where customer go buy something at the shop, either them know of the GST or not, therefore give a receipt. For example, we go PMB, Chotram, Yanda, we buy business day, they always they give you that, you ask them and they give the GST. But most of the shop them, they sell kiwi higher price, they include the GST without they not give the receipt. So how you ministry work with NIA?
You don't hear this question already. Number 3 or 4.
Yeah, Mina Alpha Worker CC reporting for Excel News. The question is go to Standard Bureau. About the statements, you talk about say whenever boats they come and we check out key, say we go find out say this is good or not good. But what you make about like this Coco Samba? We are not saying it's not good for people there. And but so why it take so long for put the press release say this is not good for people there? Yes, so now and so I award them. So the one from the shops them they don't know. And because we this say they are working, therefore they can mix them. The fine one they only get for cows. Yes, so one of the shops them, so that people they don't get for food. Go buy and then I award them.
Alright. Just for say when the ministry will shop the shop they did down and the issue press release and then they name them and it will be very public information. Yes, they may not have distributed it as widely as you call for, but they did name. You get a copy of that in this case. The final question, go ahead.
Yeah, see Kamara, I run for Open Space newspaper. I'm a little bit intrigued with this wrong business. So I just want to ask Mr. Barr, if this we smelting company we come for coming and rock not be day. And by the way also for big plates because you wonder.
You don't really say the minister talk about it.
Okay, but
the say they will open up by the end of the year. And then it will start for plates by the year.
But had it not been that, so what is it forbid the fate of them and rock?
If they don't be born, we will have the minister of information.
I don't say the question, but this one will be beneficial to you.
No.
Necessarily for much newspaper. Mr. Consumer Man, you make for aware say the bank for print free statements for we where the month done. They make that provision for every customer that they what you know how we have done this?
With bank for give
free statement.
Free printed statement.
But the bank
but then they do okay, so you will complain. Very easy. Just say complain. Your question don't answer and don't can you will complain. We can't give the information we complain. The minister will do the updates for this press conference. Or they do the text updates. We include the link for lady complaint. They include the number, the address, all things. So please, my colleague, the way they collect the information, they all want to make sure we work with Mr. Basilo, gets all the information, we put on the text. Now, una your job for pusher as well to the public, so the public will know. All right, final set of questions and for now, let's answer them quick. Number one, same question. This iron rod specification, una be tell we? 90, Madam President, one for no. And how will I tell we the people then? What do you mean for the ministry of the substandard? And what if you say the minister don't answer this question already sufficiently? And you know, pressure, the challenges on the trade monitors there. There was one kind of institutional challenge for you. Our ministry, they ensure receipt business. I think that's in our own job like that, but when it comes to GST receipts, not to the Ministry of Trade, they issue that day. But as a public information, I will tell you in the capacity now as the Minister of Information that NIA is responsible for education, GST, and then overall compliance, and then get institutions and for even short term, the mechanisms for short term institutions that will be free for compliance. This government business, you know, they work if we rely only on government. You, as a citizen, will go, you ask, you don't go pay, you don't give, you just call, you report. In fact, NIA even get wisdom, they get in short code where they use for reports, and then they give for all lens. Because anytime when you not collect your GST, now you owe money, they don't tip so. Because you don't pay and all, but instead of the money go to government, we use for pay school fee, bill road, bill hospital, the money they left at there. So that you as a citizen and still for. So now we your job for always insist for we GST receipt. So that I think a very simple question that day. There was one question, we're very popular at Coco Samba. Man not glad you Coco Samba. They say why it take una so long on this Coco Samba issue. Yes. Okay. So you start again. There we go.
Yeah. I like the question Coco Samba, but then I believe expect say you go say Oga Abeg back. Because, yeah. Well, Oga Abeg. Yeah. So I think government not be sit down the look. We do boku work behind the scenes, and like Jogo rightly say, Mr. Ba, you not just the pull products chef. You get for do analysis. So minister na spearhead analysis there. We get WHO support we take samples, standards bureau DOAM, then we get other TOCO, transnational organized crime, then DOAM, and then reports and inform government decisions say we for you do other things can be from the shelf. So I think it's not good government do. Somebody asked about resources quickly. Yes. Now two things how they do for person in this world, money and time. NCPC now believe for now, but I can tell you say because government believe in what we do, then they try everything possible for them support with them with grow. So I think I want to commend government for that, and we look forward to more support.
Thank you very much, Madam Minister.
Well, I believe the question about Coco Samba, the NCPC CEO already answered that. As a matter of fact, now me, the Chief Minister, been put in charge of the project day. And when you use this opportunity for say boku thank you to WHO, when I then be funded. So we call boku meeting, we include Standards Bureau, we even include Pharmacy Board, you know, they don't only test now, they send them also na Ghana. And you know, just say na 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, and some of them even they add them and the alcohol there. Now make some man wey don't drink now, you know now it's go happy. So now you know, so government not be just done. But again, the one that they ask for popularize all that here, we will continue for doing, but not see what we been do. The minister said some to answer the question about GST. And again, as government officers, then yes, the president they always tell we the importance for that we collaborate. So because we they collaborate nicely with NRA, doesn't mean we they go take over the job. Now then they give with GST. If we notice anything within the trade sector that you know there are some areas of concern, we still go up for reports that, but not to Ministry of Trade and Industry they in charge of GST taxation. Okay, Minister also mentioned for saying the name, send somebody else say the name. When we be ready, you see, at the make about now they read them press release here. We don't work on we own normal. We inform the Ministry of Information, and this man not they do a good job. Anything every ministry gets, the rule is we for informer. Now for help for disseminate the information out there. And there was a press release where go out there, now they store they are. Now the Ministry of Trade don't shut down. And for such and such reason. So your encouragement to continue for follow the website of the Ministry of Information for matters arising not only from the Ministry of Trade and Industry, but also other ministries and the rest of the MDAs then. But again, we just say tell for say, there is always room for improvement. And we at the Ministry of Trade and Industry, we know you're all are concerned. We will continue for collaborate with you now. We'll continue for work because we want to make una get that trust and belief in we. Just like when the president don't put in trust and hope in we. Together, we will help for move this country also.
Thank you so much, Madam Minister. Mr. Ba, one more question we just got in addition to it I just asked. Somebody talk about the hundreds of water company the way they sell so-called purified water, where they sell to citizens there, and they say whose agencies then they stop them, and how with all the agencies here, how they distribute, rules there, whether they call the company, whether they start, how they do this. So just throw light on that as well as the final input, and then we'll close.
The public sensitization, Madam Minister don't talk about that much, because for the iron rods, you go down all the warehouses who paste all the standards, they did it. I give an example. Then two, they even engage them even on television and even on some cases, they even take a radio program. So we do that. Yes, we do that again. Just like what Madam Minister said, information is not enough. Now we use this platform and we will even increase the issue of public sensitization. Now for the water companies, we get the Sierra Leone Electricity and Water Regulation Commission. And then they regulate the affairs of the water and electricity in this country. Now, what do we at Standards Bureau do for the water companies? One, we provide for them the standards. Therefore, know what you want can be inside the business, you forget the standard. Two, we provide for them the test for say if the water good or not. Three, the machine, if they put and say at 500 milligrams and milliliter, the water for be 500 milliliter. So the amount of water what they did at the sachet and they make how they put them, would they go verify that. When you get all the documents there, you go to Ministry of Health. Now they don't transfer the thing to Ministry of Water Resources. Check the sanitation of inside you produce. And then you go to Electricity and Water Regulation. They look all the documents there, they issue license for operate. So now the process done. We Standards Bureau in only three aspects we do. Standard, testing, metrology.
All right. On that note, I'm going to take this opportunity for say a very special thank you to a very distinguished panel, Mr. Ogenaya. We get the National Consumer Protection Commission, Mr. Bassi, the Deputy Minister for Trade and Industry, Madam Kabo. We get from the Standards Bureau, Naya, Mr. Joboba. I want to thank you to all the VIP that we joined me today for this conversation. I appreciate particularly the traders, them, the women leaders, them, we come as well for can join me, all from the 4th Estate. And for announced to say next week, instead of the press conference, we get a national town hall for Mark Salom, the presidency of the United Nations Security Council. We get a national conversation on peace and national cohesion in Sierra Leone. We get plenty VIP that will attend that day. We will do in partnership with the Ministry of Information and Civic Education. They do in partnership with the United Nations Foundation, Purposeful, and other institutions in Salone. We come together, we get a conversation, the theme that the future of peace in Sierra Leone, and part of the effort as well for contributes to this upcoming UN General Assembly, the Summit of the Future. So it will be a big one. On already in a we will send an invitation. On the journalists in Landscape. We go to a New Brookfield Hotel next week Tuesday at 2 p.m. The Friday we can go out today. So they expect for soon a day. We'll expand the conversation. It will be from 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock. It's a 3-hour national conversation on the future of peace. What we can all do for cultivate the culture of peace in Salone. Until we meet next week. Assalamu alaikum.